Well, this is a different subject, not one that people like to talk about, which means that's right up my alley. Let's go. Disclaimer, first of all, sorry to disappoint, but no, I do not have herpes. But I do, however, have a shit ton of knowledge about herpes and about STDs. I get tested once, if not twice a year, which you guys should too. And one time I had a scare. I thought I had something. I went and got tested. And if you ever gotten tested before, you know it takes like 4 or 5 days for you to get the results. Well, those 4 or 5 days can be grueling and horrific and terrible. And like this anxiety and depression and anger and wonder and confusion. Like, why the fuck did I sleep with that fucking fat girl without a condom back in 1999? What is wrong with me? I have AIDS. And you freak out, right? I have anxiety, but I did some constructive work. I actually did a shitload of research on every STD I could have possibly had because I wanted to know what I was up against. And in my research, I was just like blown away at how much I didn't know and how all of us don't have a fucking clue about especially herpes. Like we think herpes, I was guilty of this. I remember years ago, a friend of mine was like, yo, that girl, you know that girl, what's her face? I'm like, yeah. He's like, she got herpes, bro. I'm like, oh, she has herpes? Oh my God, good thing I never slept with her, dude. I'll never touch that girl. That's gross. How does she live with herself? Oh, I would want to kill her. And I was so ignorant. I knew nothing. We know, because nobody wants to talk about this shit, so we all just think, oh, it's a sexually transmitted disease? Disgusting. I want nothing to do with it. Let me hit you guys with some facts right now about herpes. It's probably going to change your view on it. Because I swear to God, I mean this, I don't think herpes is that gross. And to be honest with you, I don't even think it's that big of a deal. Now, does that mean go out there and have unprotected sex? No, don't get it twisted. The stigma that's associated to herpes is just so wrong. So what I'm going to do is hit you guys with some facts right now, and you do what you want with it. I'm not going to sway your opinion on what it is. I just want to give you the facts that I learned because it was groundbreaking, man. I was just like, wow, I had this shit all wrong. So, herpes, what is it? Genital herpes. It's HSV2 virus. That's what it is. And when you have the HSV2 virus, you have the potential of having breakouts. And breakouts are the warts or the blisters, or they get itchy and they burn, they suck. That part's kind of gross. However, just because you have the HSV2 virus, just like say you test positive, doesn't mean you're going to ever have a breakout. There are people with genital herpes who never once had a breakout. That's why it's important for you, even you listening to this and watching this video, to get tested because you might have genital herpes and not even know it because no symptoms. And what happens? You think you're fine, you have sex with somebody unprotected, you give them HSV2, you give them genital herpes, they have a breakout, now their life's fucked up. Or at least they think it is. Get what I'm saying? No, get tested, very important. Now, people who do have HSV2, genital herpes, and have symptoms, the breakouts, like I told you, it's only like a handful of times a year. I always thought like if someone had herpes, they just always have warts on their dick or their vagina and their asshole. It's not true. It happens like a handful of times a year. And if you take Valtrex, that even prevents some breakouts from happening. So there are people who have genital herpes who have like one breakout a year and it lasts like 7 days. That's not that big of a deal. I mean, does it suck? Yeah. The only reason it sucks is because so many people don't fucking understand it and think you're disgusting. And people who have it think they're disgusting and you're not. All right? And that's what I'm here to say is if you let's say you're interested in a girl and you find out she has herpes. I'm going to explain to you a couple more facts right now as to why you don't look at her like she's gross. First of all, getting herpes doesn't mean you're a slut or a dog. It just means you got unlucky. Somebody had it, didn't know it, or somebody did know it, whatever. But check this out, ready? Real talk. You can Wikipedia this. You can fucking Google it. You can WebMD it. If you're a dude and you have sex with a girl unprotected and you find out later that she has herpes, genital herpes, if she didn't have a breakout, which 95% of the time you're not having a breakout. If she didn't have a breakout when you guys are having sex, you only have a 4% chance of catching it. That means you could fucking possibly be with this girl, have sex with her unprotected for like months and months and never ever, I think even years, and not get it. Swear to God. If she doesn't have a breakout, she has genital herpes, she's got the virus, but doesn't have a breakout, and you fuck her, you have only a 4% chance of catching it. Again, I don't want people thinking, okay, it's fine, I'm not going to wear rubbers now. No, like, you still should protect yourself. I just want to give you the facts. It's not as bad as people think. If you're a female and you have sex with a guy, you go down on him, you look at his dick, you're like, well, I don't see anything here, this looks great. And then you have sex with him, you only have a 10% chance of catching it. And you can do that for months. As long as he's not having a breakout, you only have a 10% chance. The reason it's a little bit more for a woman, because a woman's vagina is a lot more open than the piss hole of a guy's penis. So we're a little bit luckier. But still, a 10% chance. So my point is not for you guys to go out there and fuck like crazy and not use rubbers, but it's not to freak out. And understand that if you meet somebody who has herpes, to not be like, you're disgusting and, oh, I'm never going to have a relationship with you, and think about them different. You know what I mean? So just take that knowledge and understand that if you do test positive, don't freak out. Your life's going to be fine. There are people walking around with herpes all the time, and it's not a big deal once people understand what it really is. And if you get with somebody, you find out they have herpes, learn about it. Do your research. I guess that's it. So, use protection, get tested, but don't freak out if you get herpes. But try not to get herpes.